Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 22nd of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2's finale, we have seen a lot of Star Wars fans very much frustrated over, what Lucasfilm had done with actress Gina Carano, of course, back in February of this year. And on top of all of this, what Kathleen Kennedy is doing with Star Wars The Acolyte TV series. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that we do know about Disney Star Wars is that obviously there's a lot on John and Dave's plate right now. They have over a dozen Star Wars projects currently in the works. One of the major ones, by the way, is the Ahsoka Tano TV series. Alright, keep in mind that this particular TV show is going to deal heavily with the Force, the Jedi, the light side, the dark side of the Force, and new realms to be done in live-action form, such as the Netherworld and even the realm of Mortis. So Rosario Dawson, I believe that she's going to nail it as Ahsoka Tano, so I'm rooting for her in this new TV show. However, aside from this, we do know that Kathleen Kennedy is pulling the strings behind the scenes when it comes to shows like the Acolyte TV series that's being worked on by Leslie Headland as well. Obviously, Leslie Headland is a person that knows exactly, what the Star Wars fans want to see, but she's ignoring all of that. Basically, her plan is to destroy the philosophy of George Lucas, and that's exactly what she's about to do. Now, one thing about Kathleen Kennedy that she does indeed have planned for the Acolyte TV series has something to do with a beloved part and aspect of the prequel trilogy movies and many of the Star Wars Legends books, novels, comics, and more. So, with that being said, of course, what's really exciting about all of this, alright, is that yes, we also know that on the side, John, Dave, and George are doing their thing, but the more worrisome thing is exactly what Kathleen Kennedy is about to do. Now, specifically, of course, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars universe, it's best described that creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are actively developing the other TV shows such as Ahsoka, and of course even Mando Season 3 and 4, as well as aspects of the Kenobi TV series. Further, it's noted that Kathleen Kennedy recently made a huge development with Star Wars The Acolyte that goes against Star Wars fandom, and what the nature of the dark side stands for, and especially to do with the dark side of the Force and Sith Lords, that is set to change Star Wars forever with the Acolyte series by Leslie Headland. Now, it's described that Kathleen Kennedy is set to actually create a side story for the ending of the Acolyte series that will drastically change the nature of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Kathleen Kennedy is set to create her own take on Darth Plagueis and what he stands for at the very end of the Acolyte series for Disney Plus that is set to arrive in either 2022 or 2023. Now, Kathleen Kennedy, however, is set to undo some of George Lucas's character traits of Darth Plagueis and the situation from Kathleen Kennedy. Further, it's noted that Kathleen Kennedy also wanted to make it clear to the fans that she will be retconning many aspects of the dark side of the Force and exactly what it means as far as its origins go. Both Lucas and Favreau are said to be planning for a way to undo this treatment from Kennedy with the future shows, especially with the Ahsoka Tano TV series for Disney Plus. This will also give the entire fandom a brand new take on the series that many may not agree with, and that Leslie Headland is also behind this major decision to undo some of George Lucas's work. So this is a very interesting development. It's something that is quite worrisome. However, for me, I don't believe I'm too worried about this because at the end of the day, George, John, and Dave, they can actually undo all of this with future TV shows such as Star Wars Ahsoka. They can do their own spin on things when it comes to the origin of the dark side and Darth Plagueis and whatnot, and explaining more about that side of the story. Now, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they very much in tune with Star Wars Legends. They know everything about everything, and that's exactly what they want to throw into this new universe. They want to give the fans a brand new take on Star Wars overall, and I believe that's exactly what they're able to do as long as Kathleen Kennedy doesn't mess things up too much with the Acolyte TV series. Now, obviously, messing around with the dark side and Darth Plagueis as a character and really changing and altering the character completely is a thing that I think a lot of fans are gonna create a major backlash over. And that's to be expected. I mean, we all love Darth Plagueis from the novels and the books that we read from Star Wars Legends. I do suggest that you guys read Lucino's books. He does an amazing job. But aside from this is where things begin to pick up even further, is that Kathleen Kennedy, alright, she still calls the shots on a business level for many of the TV shows, at least for now. Creatively speaking, she's only involved with the Acolyte. Let's keep that in mind here. She's only involved with Star Wars, the Acolyte TV series, period, the end. So that's one way to go about looking at this. The other thing is this, is that Leslie Headland, the writer of the Acolyte TV series, is also going to be undoing many of George Lucas's philosophies of Star Wars and what it really stands for and what it means. So that's one thing that I think a lot of fans need to really, keep aware of, is the fact that we have George Lucas that on the side is very frustrated and very much mind-boggled over what Kathleen Kennedy is doing with the Acolyte TV show. Obviously, it's a TV series that's going to undo many of the fan-favorite aspects of Star Wars, and I understand why fans would have a problem with that, I myself included. Now, the Acolyte series is going to deal a little bit more with the legends of Sith Lords toward the end of the show. That's their plan. They want to incorporate the overall history of the Sith and more, because this all takes place at the very end of the High Republic era, where it's going to explain a little bit more about the rise of Darth Plagueis toward the end of the show. That's to set up further shows that we discussed, such as one that's currently being made in animated form that's going to focus more so on Darth Plagueis and Palpatine and more, and even other live-action segments that will indeed be announced this fall, so keep your eyes open for that. The other thing is this, is that we also know Kathleen Kennedy obviously is not going to be creatively involved with the Acolyte TV series. By this June is when she will actually step back and will only be calling the business decisions, such as the marketing of the show and the overall production scheduling and all those kind of aspects of the series. That's what she will have control of course, by this June. So that's another thing that I think a lot of fans need to know, is that yes, she will be creatively involved for now and calling the shots of what should be done in the future, but she won't actually be on the set calling the shots for the Acolyte TV series, because Leslie Headland wants to do her own thing. She wants to focus on herself with Star Wars, and obviously she's going to have other co-writers coming on board to take care of the franchise even further. So that's, obviously the big worry for a lot of fans. Is Kathleen Kennedy really going to mess this up when it comes to Star Wars and Darth Plagueis and more? Obviously, this is portraying George Lucas again, and it's to be expected. I mean, what can we really expect out of a show like The Acolyte that's going to be based within the High Republic era that already goes against what the name Star Wars actually goes for? So, obviously, I've said this several times, I don't believe it's going to be a hit. I don't believe it's going to be a success. In fact, I believe that The Acolyte could very well be a disaster on a Batwoman level. Similar to what we saw with Batwoman on the CW. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be anything like the Kenobi TV series on a successful level. So like I've said before, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.